Hey, Gems, babies. We got a lot to talk about. Nisi is going to be up here with me today because we're going to tell you where the real war is. There is a war, and everybody's concerned about the war on the YouTube streets. Baby, do you know today, tomorrow, and Thursday, we will know whether we're going into a recession. Do you also know that this is coming at a time where the real soldiers, which are the women, we're in for a fight, but this is our history month, okay? So let me tell you, before 1974, women weren't allowed to have a bank account or apply for credit themselves before 1974. Before 1988, women couldn't get a business loan on their own. Before 1973, women were not able to serve on a jury in all 50 states. Before 1978, women could be fired because they were pregnant. Before 1993, women could not wear pants on the U.S. Senate floor, okay? Before 1979, women had no legal protection from sexual harassment at work, and that is coming back now. Before 1971, women couldn't run in the Boston Marathon. Before the 1970s, it was difficult for a woman to get a divorce. We have Women's Month and we need to be celebrating one another. But guess what? Now they want to go back and say, we can't vote. We can't do this. They're taking a lot of stuff. And the stock market plunged yesterday.
I want to add one to the history timeline.
Go
It's
ahead.
been in my lifetimes, 1974, my lifetime, that a woman could not buy a house without a man's signature. Think
Mm,
about 50 years ago. 50 years ago, y'all, that we couldn't even buy a house as a single parent. That's crazy.
it's crazy. But let me say hello to all the gems. Hey, Simply Rise, Symmetry, Tanya,
Hey.
Mama Hard, 6'2" doll, Miss Hard Grove, how are you? Let me see. I missed some of the names. Gail Francis in the house. Listen, y'all, we want to talk to y'all and tell you the reason why we're bringing up the history month is because they trying to take us back to slavery. They're trying to take us back to having rights, not just black or women, all Americans. The farmers are crying here. They are not getting the money.
And
We
you
need
know who aren't crying?
who?
The black farmers, because they weren't giving them shit anyway. So still carrying on just like we did during Reconstruction. They ain't give them nothing, so they ain't got nothing to lose.
Well, they trying to put a lot of things on us, y'all, and they trying to keep us distracted. But we gotta check in sometimes. We gotta check in every now and then with what's going on because it is getting ready to affect your 401k. I want to play y'all a little video. Don Lemon is shouting out Warren Buffett. Y'all, I watch Warren Buffett.
Yes. If
Warren
he's
Buffett,
selling, I'm selling. If he buying, I'm buying.
I'm going to tell you, look, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett now holds 278 billion in cash and selling stocks like never before, including Apple. You know your Apple phones? He's getting ready for a crash. I told y'all we need to pay attention to our money. We are being distracted by foolishness. And we
Mhm.
look, Trump did a commercial for the man who lost
I
$17
got it right here.
billion. Tesla has lost $17 billion in one day. One day. Look at Mr. Our president. Just check him out.
Elon Musk helped fund the victory of President Donald Trump. Despite its market capitalization dropping 45% from December's all time highs of $1.5 trillion, investors are still debating whether the EV maker remains overpriced. Tesla continues to fetch a valuation far above those of the world's biggest automotive and technology firms. That's because investors are betting on Musk's visions of Tesla's tomorrow rather than its profits today. They've bought Musk's pitch that Tesla's not really a car company at all, but an AI pioneer that will soon unleash a revolution in robotaxis and robots. And Musk's political clout has convinced bullish analysts that Trump will clear regulatory roadblocks for robotaxis. But Musk's promises every year since 2016 for the imminent arrival of driverless cars are yet to be realized. Texas, where Musk promises to launch robotaxis by June, has barred cities from regulating them. Reuters found that Tesla's EV business accounts for almost all of its revenue, but less than a quarter of its stock market value. Tesla's total worth of $845 billion still tops the next nine most valuable.
Okay. Um, today Elon had a bunch of Teslas out at the White House, and he bought one. Trump bought one today. I don't know why, because he can't drive. Must be for one of his grandkids. Um, and this was them out there on the lawn today, y'all. He was showing off his Teslas, and Trump was out there shucking and jiving, baby, kissing ass, and making sure everybody still need to support Elon. Okay. And this is what he wrote on Truth Social, y'all. To Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation and is doing a fantastic job in all caps. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are really trying to illegally and conclusively boycott Tesla, one of the world's great automakers, and Elon's baby. In order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for, they try to do it with me at the 2024 election box. But how did that work? In any event, if I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon, a truly great American illegal immigrant, why why should we be punished for putting in tremendous skills to work in order to make America great again? What you and Elon didn't calculate was that the people that voted for Trump, the most of the people that voted for Trump can not afford a Tesla or anything else you sell.
Correct. You're right. They can't afford a Tesla. I wouldn't buy a Tesla. After I saw that movie from Michelle and Barack Obama where them Teslas was driving themselves, hey Rico, I was I was petrified. But while we're being distracted by Tesla losing billions of dollars today, well, let me show you what's happening. Wow, Donald Trump shares video footage of Black Lives Matter Plaza in DC being torn down after threats from Congress to withhold federal funding if the plaza wasn't removed. So they say, we won't give you no money to eat, to live, to pay your rent if this Black Lives Matter mural don't get moved. I'm going to tell you today is a sad day. Many people don't know the Black Lives Matter Plaza is officially torn down after being placed since 2020. What are our thoughts? What are they doing? We're sitting here watching them destroy what our ancestors built. There has been a lot of crimes of people jumping on, the melanin people, hitting them and getting beat down. They're evoking violence for us to act violently. But what are we to do? Tesla cars are made in several factories around the world, including the United States, China, Germany, and Nevada. And it's affecting China, Germany, and Nevada. Tesla cars are made in factories in the United States, China, and Germany. They are tearing them down. Do not buy Teslas. They are junk, and I think they spy on you. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it was the idiot left buying them Teslas. Now they're selling them in drones to get rid of them. Correct. I agree, Miss Gigi. This is sad. Shaking my head. Racism at its finest. You all will be touched with a little bit of racism, whether it's you, your children, somebody in your family, but you got to know when to act. You got to know what's going on around you. I am not scaring you. I'm telling you that with this recession, what do you think is going to happen? A lot more people won't have money. And I'm going to tell you that New York City penal system terminated 2,000 prison guards. They have the National Guard who guards our country, who are military retired, guarding prisons. They fired 2,000
They
prison
want them to
guards.
kill each other in these jails.
Mhm. It's hard to be removed because the fool has threatened funding. That's right. It had to be removed. It had to. He's threatening funding to Ukraine, which was already cut out. Canada threatened to turn off the lights in Minnesota, New York, and another state. But guess what? Now they don't walk that back because they have been promised a talk with Donald Trump on Thursday. If
Mhm.
Donald Trump's talk is anything like the Ukrainian President Zelensky, New York, Minnesota is going to be in trouble. I rented a Tesla and drove it to Little Rock. I had to stop every 100 miles to charge it. It was hard. Oh, Lord. Ooh,
Listen, y'all. This
listen,
man has not been sleeping a wink. Okay, look at his face. Look at his lips. Don't they look blue?
hmm
Like, just look at his face.
rice
Like,
and
uh, like oh, girl, I feel like we like living in a twilight zone.
the last recession, I lost a lot of money. And that's why I know something is going on. And I made an appointment with my financial advisor that will be here on the 13th. And I'm going to talk 47 messes up prior to this. But listen, this dude went to a rally and told everybody they fixed the election for him, and that's why he won. And now they're trying to clean it up for him by saying, we don't know if he meant 2020 election or 2025. The fact is,
He said it. It's an admission.
right.
Whenever a narc says something like that, it's an admission. And it's crazy how he sitting around here and worried about all his billionaire friends in the stock market, but not worried about those federal employees and they 9 to 5s. And now, not only did they lose their 9 to 5, now their retirement is threatened because the S&P 500 is where your retirement money is usually, you know, added on with is the S&P 500. So, you don't care anything about regular people, but because they losing some money, you got a problem.
Okay, I love Tyler Collins. Y'all need to check out her TikToks and everything. I love her. She asked, do y'all really read the articles about where the money went to regarding Ukraine? It was funded for the war. Now we got to remember that the government has set aside money for different countries. And when they need it, these are our allies. If we had to fight Russia and
It's
China,
coming right back to us.
Ukraine is the one that would back us, but you can't tell these people you're getting out of the peace treaty. And that's what Donald Trump wants to do. If Donald Trump successfully and is able to alienate us from the people who support our country, we're going to be fighting alone. You got to realize this is biblical too now. This is biblical. It's biblical because in the Bible it tells you about a 200 million man um army, and China is working on it. So that means if China and Russia comes up against us, They're kicking people out of the military. They're removing generals out of the military that know war tactics, and we're going to be left out here alone. Dick Gregory said a long time ago, all elections are rigged. Trump is so crazy. He tells it all. He does. You know why he's trying to tell us? Because if he renege on one thing Elon wants, Elon is going to reveal the real numbers. Okay?
And the thing is, Elon already got, I guarantee you, he got malware. He got Trojan horses into
Yep.
all the federal systems that he's already been in,
Yep.
and he gonna flip a switch, and everything gonna stop.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Elon asked yesterday why his stocks were dropping. His investors are going crazy. Elon, we need you here. Look, we're losing money. He asked for double employees for Doge. Now, we are letting go vital people in our government. So many Americans are crazily broke, moving out of their homes. People mental health is being affected because their life savings, their money that they sunk down into homes are being taken away like a blink in the eye. Like the Bible said, God will come back like a thief in the night, and we're worried about the wrong things. Please, y'all, hit my like button, please. 47 is turning all our allies into our enemies. Yes, he is. So, Tyler, I'm just asking you, if we're out here to fight alone, will that be the demise of America? Or is that all right with people?
All great empires fall. I've been
Right.
telling y'all this since we've been coming live, and it was just a matter of time before
What about the Pope?
America fell.
What happened to the Pope? I know he's 666.
I thought they took him off life support and said he was doing better.
Gail, is that true? Hey, Crystal. Hey, Cece. Trump and Elon are the shadow. And when the elites are done with both of them, there will be rooting up daisies. Yes, pushing up daisies. The government is a culture, and the regular businessman would not understand. But what I'm telling you, there's something moving through here, and it's affecting our Black men. Our Black men are being locked up in drones. They're being unalive in drones. They're being put away in drones. They're trying to bring the Black and brown people to hysteric. But guess what? If people want to fight, go in them woods and get them skinheads. They want to fight something.
Yeah, come get all them Proud Boys and everybody you said stand back and stand by. Get
Yes,
get get them on over there.
yeah. I have a girlfriend. I have a daughter waiting for the 13th to see if she'll have a job. Losing a job is not only a loss of a paycheck, but your benefits as well. Insurance. Now, let me tell you what Virginia did. I was in a meeting this morning, and they told us that a lot of children will be losing their Medicaid. A lot of families will be losing their Medicaid. So, what about the children with mental health? I asked. They're going to be losing Medicaid. When they lose their Medicaid, they cannot get the medication that they've been getting. Zoloft, Prozac.
Psychiatric is always the first that they cut. Always the first thing they cut back.
And both parties are concerned about one thing, the fact that white will be the minority. But will it?
They already are.
Are they?
Hmm.
Well, I didn't know that. Y'all, I don't worry. I promise you, I am not
I ain't including the ones that think they white.
I'm telling you, and they do consider mixed children, mixed people black. They consider you just black. They don't care, you're black. So let me tell you what happened today. While we worrying about Tesla, Trump admin cut USDA funds for food relief. Virginia Food Bank warns of the impact. They have cut funding for the USDA funds. That's for every food bank in every state, not just Virginia. So I'm saying, y'all want to go to the food bank? It will impact it. Hampton Roads Food Bank warns of impact as Trump admin cuts USDA for food relief. The Food Bank of Southern Eastern Virginia and Eastern Shore says they are preparing significant challenge due to the federal funding. The Norfolk Food Bank of Southern Virginia and the Eastern Shores, they are preparing for significant challenges. In late January, President Donald Trump issued a memo pausing federal grants and loans. And I was in one of my favorite YouTubers chats today, Universal Tea with Marie, and Mimi recommended, listen, go to the food bank and start putting dry goods in your home. I'm not trying to scare you, y'all, but y'all need to go and start preparing up some foods. White folks have been the minority. Hispanics give the flip-flop. That's University with Marie. Y'all need to go over there. Like I said, we over here fighting on some nonsense, and the real war is coming to each of our households. This is what's going to affect us. And guess what? Don Lemon, Tabitha, all these people out here telling information, sooner or later, they're going to cut all our contact away from each other. They're going to cut it down so we cannot communicate with each other. We are just in number 3 of the 4 years. We are. Yes, for the daycare centers as well. People have to work. They're cutting the funding for the daycare. They're cutting in Virginia breakfast and for the children. I really believe they're trying to starve as many people as possible, and that's terrible. Funding for nursing homes cut. What would that do to old people? Will they say you need to pay more for your grandma to be here because we don't
Yes.
have money for food? I'm sorry,
That.
aunties. I still saying black women need to prepare and mind our business. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
the same thing,
I'm
Miss
saying the same
Hargrove.
thing.
I'm not, listen, they
I
talking
ain't
about
told nobody to get out in those streets and say nothing. Let them
nothing.
tear up Black Lives Plaza. Let their children out. We ain't moving until we move together as a collective and decide what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue to boycott and use our money as our voice for right now.
Right now. Don't y'all go march nowhere, because when we was marching, was they with us? No. I ain't telling you to march. I'm telling you, as women collectively, this is Women's Month. Get your house in order. Make sure that you have water, dry goods, and stuff that you need. That's not a fear mongering. That's preparing for the real war. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Miss let me say. Oh, Ira.
Ira, I think that's
Hi,
how
Miss
it.
Ira. Hey, University with Marie. Tanya, please drop University with Marie link. Hey, Lady Rome, Miss Hargrove, Monique B. I saw your picture today. Um, so okay, that's about the USDA. See, while we paying attention to Tesla, we got a lot of things going on now. Trump's anti-police reform, he signed an executive order on how they impact blacks and Latino. Trump anti-police reform executive orders and how they impact black and Latinos. At this point, even writing about how Donald Trump's second administration has been oppressive, authoritative, diet facet, white nationalist, wet dream feels redundant. From his propaganda warpath on DEI and Black and Latino immigrants, whether they're here legally or not. To his legally questionable Doge office gutting the federal government as well, pretty much anything Trump and the mega clan of bumbling idiots have decided they don't like for various, mostly non-factual reasons. The administration is making America not black, white, Latino, not blacks and Latino DEI people. Listen to this sentence again. The administration is making America regress again. And every new executive order that Trump signs is not just affecting Black, brown, and Latinos. It is affecting white people in every state, rich or poor. Because the rich people, they got them pig farms, they don't have nobody to work. The people that got them farms, they get our lettuce and cabbage and vegetables. Nobody's working out there. No one.
Some of that stuff is rotting in the fields, y'all.
Right.
I went down to my local supermarket. That's not a chain, and one avocado was $5.
Marie just spoke on two of them, small ones in Texas. Two small avocados were $5. Y'all, yes, I've been telling you to prepare. But you know what? I hear on these streets, Marcella is fear mongering. Marcella is over there telling people this. Well, Trump is going to make you a believer. It's going down, Lady Roy. I tried to tell my son to remove it. I believe 47 has the D word and not a big ding-along, okay? Hit the like button. Support is free. I never ask y'all for money. Support. Keep us in the algorithm. I'm going to keep talking and barking until we get it together and come together. That's what they don't understand. You can't hurt Black people without mostly hurting white people because there's more of them than us. But let me tell you something. I told you I have a cleaning lady. She doesn't want to come because she's scared she might ride out and be deported. Y'all, she's afraid she's going to be deported. Her family is in hiding. Now, this administration have offered people to leave the country for free. But if they and you might be able to come back later. But if you don't leave for free, then when we get you, you'll never be able to come back to the United States. Yes, I just posted a link of a Black farmers are struggling. Everything Marcella has said came in full fruition every time. Everything.
But the Black farmers have been struggling because they didn't get the
They never
funding
got
that
the
they
funding.
needed.
They
They didn't
never
get the
got it.
funding. They have been struggling. Because if you look up all the grants that's been given as far as agriculture, Black farmers was probably about 3 to 5% of that. So they're gonna struggle, and they know what the struggle is because they have always been fighting to get their money. Um, I know a chicken farmer here said that the whole bird flu thing was a racket. The birds were dying of unsanitary conditions, but they were reporting it to the government as it was the bird flu. That way, they got compensated double what they would have got in the free market. You get what I'm saying? So, some of this stuff is a racket.
Mm-hmm. Stormy Daniels did tell us about the Lingling. Hold on, this is a very important call.
So let me see what else going on to tell y'all, because that's all I got, because I ain't been up that long. I just ain't never seen the world pull together like they have to come after us because of this maniac we got as a title of president because he's not a president. Um. Oh yeah. We had a cargo ship and an oil tanker collision. Um. Let's see. This is world news and not national news. But the BBC verifies the moment that a cargo ship and an oil tanker collided, and I just don't know how this been happening so much lately, y'all. But let me go to national news and see is anything else going on y'all need to know about. If you hadn't already removed your stocks or whatever, don't buy them now. You might as well wait and see what's gonna happen. Uh, okay, okay. With flying, there was another plane crash. Um, and they're saying that there are serious safety issues with the Federal Aviation Administration. They said the January 29th collision. Hold on. There's something popped up on my screen. Made me lose my place.
3 fatalities.
Um, Let me go down here to the conclusions because they're going through everything. Okay, she said that this is not an isolated incident, but a symptom of broader failure in our aviation safety system. While the NTSB report sheds light on key factors of the event, it also reinforces what we as families of the victims already suspected: serious systemic failures in air travel safety of our loved ones and the lives it continues and lives and continues to threaten the public. So the NTSB is saying what they really needed to say, but yet, people at the other government uh offices or whatever saying that air travel is still safe, y'all. Whenever the woman who does this for a living um says that there's serious trouble, but Trump administration, they always want to paint this rosy picture of everything. So I guess she's gonna be DEI next.
And Gail just said that NASA rolled back their DEI policy.
How they gonna get to space? They wouldn't even never got to space from the get go if it weren't for black women.
And they was talking about other things. Look, and then Elon Musk tried to launch a rocket, and what happened to it?
Blew
This
the
week,
hell up.
my state is looking at legislation to increase state employees' health plan, but we have 1.8 billion surplus. They plan to give us a $1,500 bonus. Make it make sense. But I want to hit on something somebody just said in the chat because Trump freezes 1 billion in food aid given to local schools and food banks to help low-income families. They're talking about the Department of Agriculture has sliced over 1 billion in funding aimed at helping schools and food banks purchase from local farmers. Multiple states were recently notified of these cuts. The Nonprofit School Nutrition Association said in a statement Tuesday an estimated 660 million in funds through the local food school program for 2025 will no longer be available to support child care institutions, schools, nursing homes. The program will strengthen the food system for children and child care institutions by helping build a fair, competitive, and resilient local food chain and expand local regional markets. It will not. There are going to be children without food. They're going to start, they have already start cutting people's food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, they got to get their air traffic together. Our helicopter at UMMC Jackson has never had an accident since its interception. Um, I told you he wants to starve people to death. He do. He wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's why y'all better start reminiscing back what y'all great grandmama used to tell us, baby. They used to eat y'all. Y'all say y'all don't like chitlins. Give me some chitlins with some Texas Pete hot sauce. I'll kill it. I like chitlins. I
No,
would.
that I stick with rice and beans, baby, because that's what I grew up on.
We got House of Princes in the house. She also educates us about the Chicago side news that she hears about the mayor and what's going on with the government. Y'all go subscribe to House of Princes. We've been knowing each other for a very long time. And Elon is doing all of this. He doesn't care, but he has lost some supporters. Them West Africans over there, the white ones, are turning their back on Mr. Elon Musk. What's that about? What is
Well,
that about?
you know, he wanted to give those what are they called HB1 visas, to white South Africans to come over here, and so they could live the American dream. But you trying to kick all the black and brown people out.
And I wanted to tell you it was going to be a big scare today because Ontario agrees to suspend the electricity surcharge ahead of talks with the US, which I told y'all earlier. They were going to suspend, they were going to put tariffs on 3 US
Right,
states. And they,
right.
and
They were
they,
gonna put the tariffs on it, and it was gonna be like a 25% tariff on your bill.
mhm,
So you would have been paying whatever 25% more of your bill is what it typically is. Whenever they said that okay, we're gonna go back to the table and talk about these tariffs, then he said, well, I'm gonna suspend it until my talk Thursday. If our talk Thursday don't go well, we're gonna put that 25% tariff on. And if things keep escalating, we're gonna turn the lights out. Now imagine New York City with no lights.
Gotham City. That's what it would be called, Gotham City. My daughter is so scared. She will be home Monday. She quit her job, but she got a new job at Rikers Island, and she will be a therapist there. Did y'all hear Gail King is planning to go up to space? For what? Bye,
Mm,
Gail.
bye,
You are Oprah's sacrifice. Bye, girl.
bye. You
I
gone up
look,
where you want to, Gail.
living for me said that she would eat the heck out some chitlins. I sure will. That is House of Princess. Y'all go check out.
Not none Marcella cook though, cause them things gonna be still full of shit. Okay.
So listen, we have to drop Symmetry's page. We have to drop Making Your Headaches page. We got to drop Universal Tea with Monique's page. I mean with Marie's page. Please drop those pages in the chat. Y'all go subscribe. Um, Marie is talking about what's going over there in Texas, okay? Is he trying to bankrupt us so we can use the Trump coin? Possibly. Miss Gigi said, no joke. We're looking at buying a spot in Mexico. Listen, I thought about that too because Mexico is turning the white people from Mexico. They ain't sending the blacks back, okay? Making your headache. Our deepest condolences to you and your
And
family.
old girl said that you better have your papers.
Yes.
Papers. Don't just try to come through there with a regular passport, baby. You need to go to the Mexican consulate website, and we need for you to fill out all this information, even if you only plan on spending a day, a few hours in Mexico. Okay, don't come here unless you got your paperwork filled out because you're going to be turned around.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Bertha says, hello, Marcella, Nisi, and everyone. Blessings. I think that they're going to be a big land grab by the oligarchy. Oligarchy. Garci. The South used to call them carpetbaggers. It's all staged for a reason. And I just don't want to leave this out. Yeah, drop Maretha Gray. Yes, I love Maretha Gray. Lord have mercy. Look, drop Maretha Gray. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Somebody put in the chat, going up a yonder to
Hey,
be with my Lord. Oh, girls going up
going
a
up and down.
yonder. Yeah, girls going up a yonder.
Girl, who
She's
blow up
going
in
up
a
a
million
yonder
pieces.
to be with Elon. All right now. Gail is the token black to go to space. Didn't one of them things blow up? Look. You better kiss Oprah one more time. Tanya has dropped headache. Hey Sabra, before my page is restored. Gail King. Okay, your page is restored, so drop Sabra's. Jacqueline. Okay, we done drop Sabra Hardy. Y'all go visit.
Kiss Oprah one more time while I was drinking something.
They know if they let them clear people come over there, the next thing you know, they will be putting the Mexicans out. White folks will steal whatever. Yes, they will, y'all. They will. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna just die in my house because if you come in here, we fighting. We gonna fight. I'm not gonna let you just walk away with my stuff.
Not only midterms, y'all, there is seats that's coming up with April 1st, Marcella,
Yes,
where we could even out the balance of power in the House, where there would be no clear majority. So your vote will go on for days and days and days for the House Speaker because they have the same number of people on each side. So I haven't looked all the way into that, but I know there are seats coming up where we could even the balance of power just in the House, y'all.
yes, yes, yes.
So
Please like and share Maretha Gray for morning conversations. Let me tell you something. Some days I be feeling down and I just lay there and listen to her, y'all. She gives us morning inspiration. She takes you to church literally on Sunday. You will click on her page and she's sitting in the church pew singing the church songs. Gail ain't gonna make it to space. She gonna blow up before she gets there. Lord have mercy. University of Brewing. um,
okay, it's in Florida.
yes, Nisi, I just want them folks in Florida to get out and vote. Yes, the House power, God be with them folks. Do the right thing, please. Um,
Not Florida, big in Mexico.
Remember, the only countries require visa to enter their country. America should do the same. Correct. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Gail said, how about Florida begging Mexico for gas? I hear some gas stations is almost out of gas. They are.
And boo freaking who.
Y'all look, here go House of Princess. She says 3 seats. We need to get 3 seats, okay? Gail is going up a yonder. Yes, y'all. Y'all remember that song back in the day? I would say it's old spiritual thing, but song, but yeah, I used to love when they sang that song. I'd just be jatting on my tambourine and still eat turkey necks and gizzards. Why is Gail going up with those people? Because Gail don't know or think that she's black. Okay. Um, Wait, gas stations out of gas in Florida. Y'all better run. Y'all better run. Hello to all the
Get
gems
you a few
I met.
jugs and fill them up.
Yes, y'all, please go over there and check out University Marie. She was talking today. Boy, I was in meetings trying to listen to her, and what she was saying was the truth. But I want y'all to hear this.
Family in Tennessee, you need to watch and share this video. So Tennessee just passed the Medical Ethics Defense Act, known as Senate Bill 955, at a vote of 27-0. Now, let me tell you why this is incredibly concerning. What this bill allows is for any medical professional, be it EMS first responders, doctors, pharmacists, nurses, to refuse care based on personal or religious beliefs. Meaning, something like you could be in an interracial relationship, go to the ER because your partner has something going on, and they refuse to let you make decisions because they don't believe in your relationship. You could be somebody who has cancer and you need fertility preserving treatment before you start chemo. Well, this doctor might not believe in that for reproductive rights and refuses to do it. You could be a single mom needing birth control, but because the doctor doesn't believe in premarital sex, decides not to prescribe it. This is true of psychiatric medications. You could be a Jehovah's Witness, Muslim, Jewish, and they could refuse because of your religion. It is really endless and terrifying. And because it's personal or religious, it could be something as simple as they just don't like you. Anyways, what could possibly go wrong? Now, this bill doesn't require doctors to deny care. It just would remove any penalties should they choose to deny care. So if they don't treat someone who's dying because they don't believe in it, they're not going to be in trouble. Anyways, drop your thoughts about this in the comments. Make sure to hit that follow button, and I will break this down on my Substack a little bit later. So make sure to follow me there if you don't already.
I love Justin. And if you're in Tennessee and have family there, you need to tell everybody they can refuse. Listen, Princess want me to sing that song for y'all a little bit more. If anybody asks you where I'm going, where I'm going soon, I'm going up yonder.
Going up to yonder.
I'm going up yonder.
Going up to yonder.
I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. Going up. Y'all crazy. Gail going to the upper room on the express rocket. Bless her heart. 2 in Florida and 1 in New York, 2025 special election. Doctors, they do that already? You right, Sabra. That music. Okay, I just made sure I just subscribed to
Y'all didn't know I was a church girl, did you?
Yeah.
My daddy a preacher.
Now, I may act wicked sometime, but baby, I know my gospel roots now. And I get convictions, okay? Midterms, 39 states and territorials, U.S. gubernatorial elections, as well as numerous states and local elections will also be contested. Yes, this is where Gayle King is going if she keeps playing with Elon. Oprah gets it.
Much.
I'm going to tell you something, y'all. Didn't y'all think it was kind of funny that Oprah was rubbing arms with Harvey Weinstein, rubbing arms with Diddy, and Oprah ain't caught up in nothing? Don't y'all find it suspicious that list, that people that was going to Epstein Island, it just poof, disappeared? Y'all, we're being distracted. Niecy with the background, okay, fixing plates for Sing, Marcella. I always loved that song. It was sung by a mass choir at my first husband's funeral. Wow. Yes, it was so many so many gospel songs I like from back in the day. It's just they don't make music like that no more. Okay. I want to tell y'all some good news. Y'all been doing good. I got to tell you, I hope y'all still are holding on and not purchasing from Amazon just until Friday.
And then y'all know that this the only company that got some holes on me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm going
please.
through a whole withdrawal, but
please.
I am not. I'm gonna try to hold out even longer. I canceled my subscriptions for this month. Like, they even sent me an email like, what's going on? Why I cancel all my subscription orders, like my water and stuff like that. Call baby.
Your water.
Yeah, because I get my essential from Amazon, but they got it like in my local store. So I still got my water, but I canceled it from them for this month.
Yeah, but we do have black folks in white spaces, and they think they white now. Yeah, and guess what? Donald Trump used to love Mike Tyson. Now he's broke, and he don't have nothing to say to him. Okay, keep us in the know. Ignore what everyone else is saying. Otherwise, yes, I am doing that. I'm gonna tell you, the devil been trying to knock on my door, but I'm not answering at all. Right? Stand up. Y'all, I have been strolling that night and I have 15 items in my cart. Oh, just please don't press it, okay? I got one thing, gray hair left to hold out to Friday. Please try to hold out because I'm going to tell you what y'all have done and say congratulations to each of you for doing this.
I
Baby,
ain't
Target takes a hit, 12.4 billion. Wipe out as boycott grows. Do you know that Target lost 12.4 billion? Wiped out as boycott. Target Corporation stocks plummeted by approximately 27 dollars and 27 cents per share by the end of February, erasing about 12.4 billion in the market value. The drop came on February 28th, the designated economical blackout, and coincided with mounting backlash over the retailer's decision to abandon its diversity, equality, and inclusion committees. The national newspaper published, we have been doing good in the hood. I want y'all to keep it up. Keep it up. I need y'all.
And
I,
a lot of people are like, why are we going after Target so bad stuff? Because they was the one who came out during the George Floyd riot saying we finna invest this amount of money into black businesses and put black owned products in our store. We didn't go out and ask them for that. We didn't never ask them for that. They the one came to the table with that. They would have stuff out in the front for Juneteenth. They would have stuff out front for Black History Month. But as soon as this man stepped his diaper wearing tail up in there, y'all gonna say okay. Or not only is we gonna roll back DEI, but we finna put all y'all black folk stuff back there in the clearance section because we don't even want it up front anymore. That's
that's
why they went after Target that bad because Target is the one who made that commitment.
and look at this. Walmart and Target lost 157 billion since they reversed their DEI, and we got to keep it going, okay?
They empty.
Look, Miss Gigi said all we got is to do is stay steady. Let those who march and protest in the 60s, we can move the needle if we keep it up. We can because
Exactly.
our black money, honey, means a lot. They have the biggest mouth with DEI now. Doctors swore to take an oath, but guess what? That oath don't mean, let me tell you something.
If
If
the
I'm
law back them
a
up, the
doctor,
oath don't mean nothing.
I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna do what the majority do. If doctors say, forget what they're saying in Tennessee, we're gonna help everybody. But Medicaid, Medicare is becoming a problem, and nobody will want to work for free. Hey,
And,
Miss
and let me just say this about this,
Tanya,
y'all.
drop Dear Ree talk show. Drop her, drop
I
her.
I, I
Okay,
think that we
that's
are
the link, y'all.
spoiled by looking at reality shows like Married to Medicine and stuff like that. We think that it's a majority of black doctors in all these areas. No, it's not. And when white doctors come to work, y'all take it from somebody like me who work with these bastards, okay? They do not turn off their racism whenever they clock in and swipe their badge.
Correct.
Okay. They come in with the same preconceived notions, stereotypes, and judgments that they have while they out on the street. And I'm telling you, they will let you die. They will
Um,
let you
they
die.
sure will. They certainly will. Y'all congratulate Miss Cece. Her daughter got Employee of the Month at the Mecklenburg County Parks and Recreation. That is wonderful. That I mean, we need all of that right now. Girl, my big issue with Target is black girls put Target on the map. Remember,
Right.
Target became Black Girl Code, and they said, "Forget all of you. We don't care." The doctor oath
Yeah.
is to do no harm. That's totally different.
Yeah, they take that oath, but doctors being bastards and they being racist.
Mm,
So they gonna continue to uphold now. And for anybody child that's getting ready to get that license, and it come down to that part on that license where they say, "Are you an organ donor?"
Say
Do
no.
not ever check yes, especially with your young black children.
Because
Okay,
it will take you out.
you'll go into the hospital and you may not be, on your way out, but they make you on your way out so they can get those organs. I'm telling you, y'all, I work in medicine since the early 90s, and we was only a few years removed from the Civil Rights Act, okay? And these men hated the fact that they started to see integration into the medical field, because for a long time it was still only white doctors, white nurses, up until the 90s, where more and more our people was getting into the Pell grants and getting in nursing programs and getting into medical school. And I've seen instances where a doctor was getting ready to make a call
Tanya,
to
drop Mimi. Drop Mimi Monica to you. She's a content creator.
a doctor was getting ready to make a call to remove life support on somebody, and I had to step in and be their advocate because they wasn't showing enough signs that they were going through multi-organ failure, like the doctor was trying to convince the parents that they were. And I had to step in for that patient because I was not gonna let that patient die on my watch. And you be like, well, what about all the other black nurses? A lot of black nurses are scared of white doctors, especially back then in the 90s. Whatever they said when, and I just want one of them type of black nurses, okay? So that's why I always got in trouble, because I was not finna let anything happen on my watch.
How long
But
you been a nurse, Nisi? Since what year?
1993.
Okay, and Miss Lady Rowe was a nurse since 1997. But Cheryl said this doctor at the emergency room asked me, how can I afford? I paid everything if I'm not working. And I told him, your daddy got it for me. Yeah. Miss Gigi says she in the bush and she is listening. We drop Mimi Monica to you. Y'all go like and subscribe on her page. Look, open your palettes where you're going to learn. Open your palettes where you're going to learn something, because the war is not on YouTube. The war is coming to our front doors. The squeaky wheels get the grease in medicine.
Boom.
Miss Gigi said that Miss Cheryl is her kind of girl.
Do
Now
do
let me tell
not
you,
do not let them people make you walk out. No, even though they may take your Medicaid and you go down to the emergency room, don't let them people make you feel defeated and you walk up out that emergency room without getting care. They still are obligated to take care of you at the emergency room. And I've been in a situation where
but is
a
that
patient.
true, Nisi? Because my son, they didn't treat him because he didn't
Well,
have.
see, uh, uh, his
We'll talk
his
later.
situation is different. His situation is different, but let me just finish this point. It was one point where I was doing CPR on the patient and the doctor called it, and I would not stop.
Mm,
So they had to continue care on the patient because I climbed on top of the bed, would not stop giving CPR to a patient. So they had a heart rhythm. So how are you calling anything, Joker? Get your tail back over him. And 2 weeks later, person walked out the hospital alive. I'm telling you, they let it happen. Now, in cases of psychiatric problems, psychiatric breakdowns and stuff like that, a whole lot of hospitals are saying that with no insurance, you get no treatment. And now that's the sad part.
yep.
Now, I can't say that for whenever you're going through something mentally, they are obligated to treat you. But if
Right.
you're going through something physically and you feel like it's life threatening, they have to treat you at the emergency room.
Yep. But listen, Cindy Ann's information corner. Tanya dropped Cindy Ann's information corner. She is over there educating us. She's been a nurse since 1993 as well. Being a black nurse in the South was hard, but you have to advocate especially for your own. If they tell you you're not feeling the pain, like Dr. Jackie Page and Dr. Jackie say how black women act when
And,
they're pregnant. Uh,
and somebody who's never been pregnant. So you can't tell no pregnant woman how she feel. Black, white, purple, or red. You ain't never been pregnant.
correct.
And I hate that. I
Wow.
hate that.
He was foul. But please go over to Cindy Ann's information. Um, Lady Rose a nurse. Niecy's a nurse. Niecy's been a nurse for 30 years. Niecy's husband is a nurse. Boy, if I ever need medical, I'm driving the 3.5 hours to lay on their floor, okay?
And I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all new nurses that's coming out here and thinking y'all going to the club, got nails, got these tight scrubs on, got y'all cute little Crocs on with the little things on it. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better quit listening to these doctors. They gonna get your license taken. I'm telling you, y'all better start standing up for yourself. I met with a group of young black nurses, probably about a month ago, and a lot of them don't believe shit. Okay, whenever that man tell you to stop CPR on somebody, you look at them and tell them who the fuck you think you talking to.
Listen, Miss Chatter says, I know the oath doesn't stop anything. I think about their hearts, and this is awful. It's awful. Cece said, y'all use your discernment when taking the COVID-19 vaccine. White elite doctors are exposing the contents of these vaccines. There's a spike in I can't say that, and
Carditis and cancers. And when y'all hear these young people dropping dead on the track, dropping dead on the football field, dropping dead like that, I guarantee you there is some correlation with that. These kids had no medical problems until then, and now they're just dropping out.
Gail said, I was a case manager. And women, Lady Rose said, these new nurses are scary. They are. I can't tell the CNA from the nurses because they all wear scrubs. I was a case manager for 26 years, and I had some black clients pregnant, used to fake symptoms to stay out of work. So I can relate to what Dr. Jackie was saying. Okay. They not work nor work, but I would catch them in Home Depot and Walmart. Wow. My daughter is in nursing school right now. Congratulations, Mickey Headache.
Make sure to tell her this. Pay close attention to whenever you're doing med dose calculations. Pay close attention to whenever they're telling you how to titrate a drip using gravity, because there's gonna be some times where there is not gonna be electricity and the pharmacy ain't gonna be able to fill all your orders. So you need to know how to take care of your patients. Don't look at it as I got all this technology, so I ain't really got to keep that with me. Make sure that she knows that everything that she learns, make sure tell her to hold on to it, because a lot of these nurses aren't
Really trained. They're passed through. Cousin 19 vaccine caused the immune system to weaken, and they knew it, but failed to disclose it. Yes, Nisi Nasisi said. Miss Chatter said, folks going in a profession for money and not compassion. I'm gonna show y'all a case that was so crazy here in Chesapeake. I'm gonna show y'all this case with this doctor. And baby, when I say his house looked like a castle, he had the one part of the living house, and then he had a brick tunnel at the top where his bedroom was, and it was round. Wasn't there a report on YouTube years before last about 5K black doctors graduating? Wonder where they are practicing now. We need more of our youth being directed towards STEM. They about to take STEM. Got
Mm.
to get our own. That's right.
But
Her
what they're doing is a lot of times with black doctors, they go to where they can get in with other black doctors. So we got a big concentration of black doctors in one area, like Georgia, around Atlanta, Loganville, Marietta. We got a big concentration of black doctors down there because, sometimes if they would come here in North Carolina and say they moved into a bedroom area. The other doctors and other practices was really ice them out. Like how doctors make money in different fields is that you'll have that family doctor that then when you need something done, they'll refer you out to this doctor. That doctor then refers you to the other doctor. And a lot of times when these black doctors come in areas like this, they will ice them out of everything. They won't
yeah.
refer no patients, they won't do nothing.
Mm.
And they'll try to ice them out so they'll move to another area.
Everybody say congratulations to Jacqueline Moore. Her daughter's an RN. Y'all say congratulations because I'm gonna tell you something. This generation, I just don't want to say that we're losing them. We're losing our kids, and when they're not doing enough things to take over and work along white people. My best friend daughter is in medical school. She's in her third year and wants to be an OBGYN. Yes, people, please get yourself checked. Women, we need to be checked down there, okay? Right? Because they need to those calculations to verify pharmacy knows what they are doing as well. They make mistakes. Pharmacies do. But guess what? We're running out of psychotropic medicines here in Virginia.
Because there is not enough money in it.
Yep.
There's not enough money in psychiatry. That's why we don't even have a psychiatric unit at our hospital here. Our
Mm.
hospital 5 minutes down the road closed their psychiatric unit about 5 years ago, and it has never been reopened. So you'll have no other choice in this area if you're having a nervous breakdown but to go to the state facility that I used to work to. And
They
at
do
that
it
state
like
facility, they just gonna pump you full of drugs enough to say that they can discharge you and let you out.
mm,
Because there's another concentration of nurses that are here on visas and different things and don't really care. It's about a paycheck.
Nisi, do you miss do you would you put your confidence in a doctor from the Middle East?
I will put my confidence right now in this state of the world
Mm.
only on a black doctor. Let me just say this: a black doctor that knows what it's like to be black, and you may not understand what I'm saying. Only a black doctor that knows what it's like to struggle, knows what it's like to be black, and not trying to follow in the same club. With every discipline, y'all need to make sure you're asking questions. I don't care if you feel like it's the most dumbest question that you ever thought of in your life. Ask those questions because some people are gonna go along for the get along, just like in politics, Byron Donalds and the dude with the high gums. They still in this whenever they feeling iced out themselves because they're hoping to be thrown bones. So you do have your black doctors like that also. But I'm telling you, it has been an awakening with our black doctors, and they see that these people think a little bit less of them than they do their colleagues. So there's been a great awakening, a great shaking. But I think it's more needs to happen. You're on mute, baby.
Do you have lupus? Because Miss Cheryl saying her medicine and rheumatoid arthritis medicine cost $1,300.
My infusions that I get is for rheumatoid arthritis and sarcoidosis, and
Okay.
they are $16. $6,000 every 6 weeks.
Mm. Oh my God. I
They
mean,
are charging me $16,000 every 6 weeks.
my baby's having a feeding tube. It has made us do calculation and things. I appreciate nurses. I know. Nisi, explain the difference in general practitioner and internist. If we could get at least more of them in our community, I believe it would help a lot. Can you
Yeah,
do the difference?
your general practitioner is just like your family doctor. They can also be internists. It just depends on what discipline that they graduated under. But your general practitioner, I always encourage somebody to go to a doctor that looks like them before they will go to another doctor, or I would say go to a female white doctor. Your general practitioner, they maintain like your blood pressure medicine if you're on diabetes, um anything that just generally you need for a doctor. Those are your general practitioners. Now some internists, they only practice in different fields. You get what I'm saying? Like most of the time whenever you think about a psychiatrist, they're usually also internal medicine doctors also, because they got the medical part of it, and then they got the therapist psychiatric part of it. But everybody needs a regular general practitioner because they're the ones that's going to give you your yearly physicals. They're the ones that going to order your yearly labs. And as you continue to go to them over the years, they know when something isn't right. You get what I'm saying? So everybody needs a general doctor, not just going to the emergency room during emergencies.
Mm. You
You
see that
need
on the screen, Nisi?
a oh my god, I just got a new Mibo eye drop for dry eye, and it was $1,700. I had my doctor write the insurance for medical necessity, and now cost me $44. Yeah, you also have to and it's sad that we as the patients have to ask the doctors, but sometimes even the doctors can get you free trials because these drug companies seeing um these different drug reps to doctors' offices, and sometimes they have a stockpile of medicine,
Yeah.
back in them rooms and stuff like that. So if you know that you can't pay for a medication, you look at your doctor and say, well, I can't pay for this. Do you got some samples out back that I can use to see is this going to work for me before I spend $1,700 and try to buy it or whatever? Or can you give me a discount on this? Because a lot of times they have those cards back there where you could get a medication for only $15 a month for a certain period of time from these drug companies. So make sure you communicate with your doctor and not just take the prescription and don't get it. Like let them know that I can't afford this. Even if you can afford it, say, do you got any samples? Can I, or any coupons, any kind of pharmacy offering different, coupons and promotions if I go there to fill this drug? There's a lot of different ways that you can skin a cat with this, but I'm just saying right now in the state of the world, because I know for a fact, like during COVID, I had a little girl that I was mentoring before COVID, and she had a little baby early, and I know with everything in me, they let that baby die.
That's true, Lady Row.
They
What?
let they let that baby die because the mom had no insurance. I know they did. What? Just think about it. As an adult, okay, you land in ICU, and the nurse come in and give you 10 drugs at the same time through IV. Now, wouldn't that make you question,
Mhm.
like, what? Wait a minute, why are you giving me all this at one time? That gave that baby 10 drugs at one time through his IV.
This young lady said, I work in the medical field and I do a lot of tier exceptions for parties that can't afford their medication and submit requests for alternative health care, and it is so expensive. Hey, checking you, boo. They're no longer taking orders for the free cousin 19. We who knows why. The black doctor stated that I could go and die. I didn't know what to do at that moment. My heart was crushed. Sorry,
Let
dear
me
Ray.
go back to this comment up here.
I
That
mean, let me
somebody,
read these three and get
okay,
it done.
okay.
I know these meds don't cost that much. I used to work for PHS, and medicine was made for half a penny, but charged you $10 a pill. Go figure. Cindy said, in addition to the samples, every drug company have patients assistant programs. Doctors' offices or pharmacy will help you apply. And I'm gonna read this one, and then you go. Not only they have samples, but a good doctor will try to get you with the actual pharmaceutical company because they
Mm-hmm.
have programs to assist patients.
Mm-hmm. And they really do. Where was that? I was
Well,
trying
she
to
said she
answer.
was in the hospital and she had to bring her own medicine from home.
What? I know you lie. I don't forgot what the other question was now, but what?
Congratulations, DC. This
Yeah. Tell her to be careful. Tell her to be careful of her colleagues.
Oh yeah, CC, be careful of your daughter's colleagues. Just do what she's supposed to do. Waiting to see what will happen under 47 right now. I only pay coin insurance on two meds. One is
Co-insurance.
for dry eye, and the other I don't have out of pocket expense. Lady Rose said House passes bill to fund federal agencies through September. That's good because in 3 days we were supposed to go to a government shutdown. Through
Mm-hmm.
prospects is unclear. So that is a good yes. Okay. Miss
Oh,
G
that's who it was. True wisdom.
Gigi, my niecey, this is a question for you. Miss Gigi is saying brought the medicine from home. I thought that was against hospital
I
rules.
thought it was too because they need to know what you got with you. Make sure it's not interacting with any other kind of medications that you had. Like, or they telling you to bring your medication from home because they won't feel it at the hospital.
Mhm.
Like, what is the situation? I need to know the situation around that.
Well, Gail said that she has the bilateral hip replacement in 2017, and she had to bring her own blood pressure medicine because the hospital did not have it.
Now, in cases like that, I understand. But I thought it was sounding like you was taking all your medications from home
She did.
because they wouldn't feel it in the hospital.
She had to bring her medicine from home because they didn't have it.
Yeah, yeah, they keep it. Like, I have had instances where I have had patients and they were all really out of their type medications that only special pharmacies would fill. We would tell them to bring it and we would take it and give it to them and make sure that it was the drug that it's supposed to be and make sure that there are any medication interactions.
Right.
Now, that's a different case. I have had those cases, but I've never heard anybody having bring all their own medication to the hospital.
All right,
Like,
Niecy, what do you feel about a herbalist? I like
that's what I was gonna comment on.
yes,
Um,
I love listen, the
I know a budding herbalist, but not only that, my rheumatologist also practice Eastern medicine. So that's one good thing that I got. That my rheumatologist, the one who finally decided to put me on these infusions, she also do acupuncture. She also do supplements. She also do all the type things as far as like with your reflexes, you got those trigger points on your feet. She does that. She's really into Reiki and I love the fact that my doctor practices both because she sees both
I believe
parts
in
of
that.
me.
I don't like to take pills. I really don't like to take pills at all. My husband takes so many medicines, y'all. On Sunday night, I was up all night. My husband's nub was hurting, so he thought it was the gout. So he took the colchicine. He thought then he thought it was phantom pain. Then he took two gabapentin, 300 milligrams. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, he still wasn't asleep. So I gave him two Advil PMs and he went to sleep. But he was up all night. That gabapentin, they gave me that for headaches. And y'all, I was like losing my memory. I was losing the next word that I had to say. But Lady Rose said, you ain't gonna take your own medicine on her shift, not at her hospital. You're not gonna do that.
Now, I've known some patients who asked their family members to bring their medication from home because we wouldn't give them a certain narcotic or give
Mm,
them a certain anxiety medication because of the treatment they were going through. And I will go in there and because I'm nosy and I always look through it was two patient stuff and be like, okay, you know, you're not supposed to have your medication with you because if you take this and we give you this, it can cause you to go bleed. And now, and they were
mm,
like, I can die. I said, yes, in the morgue dead. So do
mm.
not take any medication when you're in the hospital and the staff don't know about it. You asking for for not a good ending. Plus, like I said, the only time I've known that we've done it, if we had a patient on an off the wall medication that many pharmacies don't carry anymore, something like that, we would take the medication and then it still had to go to the pharmacy for them to verify that it was what it was. And then it would come back to us dispensed in the little packet or whatever.
Checking
So,
checking
so
your
yeah.
right. Listen, let God be your leader. Please eat healthy, including foods on high antioxidants, inflammatory, and
Yeah.
antifungal, etc. Get plenty of rest, and that's a lot. We don't get enough rest. All right, let me take this call from my.
That is a big thing because God didn't intend for us to have the lifestyles that we live. God didn't intend for us to have to get up 5 o'clock every morning, get our kids ready for school, send our kids to school. Then, as soon as you get back home, you back in mommy mode, and you got to get them fed, got to get them dressed for bed and in bed before you can even take care of yourself. God didn't intend for this to be our lifestyle, and of us having to work as much as we do. Shout out to the single moms that's working two jobs. I really don't understand how you do it as a single mom working one job because I've never been there. Um, but rest is something that we definitely do not get enough of in sun, and I'm really guilty of that this year because I haven't been out in the sun that much because I'm still in a little bit of hole, y'all, with everything that's happened this year, but I'm trying to climb my way out of it. And I think once I start planting and growing my garden, I'll be doing better. But we need more sun than what we do, and we need more rest than what we get. One thing that I want, because every person on this page that comes over here regularly is over 40, if I'm not mistaken. And we should be at over 40, you should be taking a daily multivitamin. You should be taking vitamin D because we don't get enough sun. Um, I tell people to make sure that they're taking um, a vitamin B complex once you're over 50. Those are all medications that everybody should be on. Of course, ask your doctor before implementing any new medication regimen because some over the counter medications can interact with the medications you get from the pharmacy. But at a certain age, our body needs all the input because we're not getting enough of it. Not enough vitamin D from going out in the sun, and the sun metabolizes vitamin D for the body. So we need the vitamin D. It's anybody who's super melanated, who black, must have vitamin D. Vitamin D is such essential for our body chemistry and the way that our body works. A lot of these medications that they're finding, that the medications do not work the same in white people as it does black people. Um, I'm not gonna call any because I ain't trying to get sued, but there are medications, that blood pressure medications, diabetic medications, that was never intended on us to use. Um, so I just want y'all to be careful if you have any questions about any medications. I'll try my best to help you. I'm not a pharmacist, but I am somebody who's seen a lot of drugs throughout the years. Now I'm not as in the awares of the brand new drugs. But I can always look it up and tell you what I feel about it and what the studies show. I swear I never get kicked out of here unless we are talking about something that's beneficial. Um, you start gap appending. It's one of those drugs that I do maybe say, but I take it. But I have been asking my doctor to go on lower and lower and lower doses. So yeah. Um, please eat healthy, including foods high in okay, Marcella read that one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I actually bought a pack of seeds that had all the medicinal herbs in there, that I'm gonna be planting out there in my garden. Um,
Make sure you're getting vitamin D. Y'all, I got
yeah,
this.
yeah.
this
Now
tell
you
me
need
what this is. Tell me what this is. Somebody tell me what this is because I,
moringa,
I bought that and I didn't know what it was, so I didn't take it yet.
like
Um, yes, taking vitamin D. Nisi to had me taking what last year? She had me taking some pills, but baby, I couldn't last because I couldn't. I've been drinking the sour sop. True Wisdom sent me some sour sop.
I
Y'all,
know, it's a Jamaican black lady that I know that would take that for like using the bathroom.
what? Moringa?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a problem with that. Because I do have a problem using the bathroom and they give me lioness. But you must take your vitamin D3 and K2. I never heard of K2. We had a patient,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I never heard of that. I'm gonna look for that. And
They even have like the vitamin 3 with the K2 in it. Um,
tell me what it is. Medicare and some insurance are now covering pharmacy consultants. You can ask your pharmacist to review your medication. When I go to the pharmacy and pick up all my medicines, they ask me, do I have any questions? Diabetics is one of the easiest disease to reverse. That is true because if you lose weight, you can eliminate that diabetes. Moringa will increase your drive as well as increase your. Okay, I'm gonna start taking that because y'all, I be. Nisi will tell y'all I get up at 5 or before, and I am up, and I don't know why I'm up. But then sometime I have paperwork to do, and I will take care of my paperwork at that time of the morning. But by noon, I have to take a nap. If I don't, I will start spiraling. I have to take a nap, y'all. Okay. Hey, Jesse. Fresh ginger and fresh turmeric around the corner. We have a store that sells that, and people be taking a shot of ginger every day. You can go in there. is expensive, but sometimes I will.
I
Um,
forgot to tell y'all about the omega-3 fatty acids. Also, the one that I take is from the sports um research brand line. I take their biotin. Also, biotin is another good thing for women over 40 to take because we start losing our hair as we get older. So I
mm,
take vitamin D, I take magnesium, I take my vitamin B12, I take my calcium, and I take my omega 3 fatty acids
what's that?
along with my multivitamin.
What's for? I thought that was a man's vitamin.
No, that's for all of us.
You
I'm
passed
finna
it.
I'm finna go through all of it.
Okay,
Um,
let me just read this. I'm checking your boost. Say if you have very thick blood, be careful about the K2. Also, if you're on blood thinners, be careful about the blood K2.
right.
Vitamin 3, K2 with magnesium. Polypharmacy is a thing. Talk to your pharmacist about the meds. Truism said moringa is good for lowering blood pressure. It could help with diabetes. It's very, very good. I have diabetes, but I have hypoglycemic. I juice with ginger and turmeric, and I also put it in smoothies. Ginger is like kind of strong for me. I get all my herbs from back home in Liberia. That is good. Congratulations, True Wisdom. Can you drop your link because True Wisdom moved from the United States. She moved to Mexico. True Wisdom and her family left the United States, and she said all the problems we're having over here right now, Mexico ain't having none of these problems. The thing about it is that they don't tell you how much D3 to take. You can take a minimum of 10,000 IU. Um, Chucky Boo said, Tammy Tucker, how are you? I finally got to the total beats. I do have total beats, but I'm gonna tell you, I cannot deal with total beats. I do not like the way it tastes. I do not. Hey Dion says, whatever checking you boo said. This is good info. I'm gonna replay it and take notes. So now
I want y'all to see the list, but I don't want
you
nobody to
go
run
ahead.
out.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down so you can share that.
And I don't want nobody to run out and buy all of these until you talk to your doctor because some of these vitamins, like they were saying, the K2 and stuff like that, does have blood clotting properties. So I
Hit
want
the
you to
like
make
button.
I
Hit
want
the
you to
like
make
button.
sure that if you're over 40 and you're interested in starting a supplement regimen, talk to your doctor about each one of these that's listed on this list. Because you could have diabetes, so therefore you couldn't supplement a potassium without talking to your um doctor because when you got diabetes, your potassium, your sodium, all of that is in a delicate balance with each other. So don't just go out and start implementing these tips without getting input from your general doctor. Now there are some that we need just cause we black, and vitamin D is one of them. Um, and this is the list. So vitamin D, magnesium. I started taking that because of bone health because as I in my family as we get older, our teeth and stuff like that begins to break down. So that's why I take magnesium, vitamin B12. Your doctor give you a pill that's you can take once a week, y'all. You can just put it in a little tray and take it once a week. Calcium, of course, as you get older, especially in women, we tend to lose bone health, and that goes back to, like I said, in my family our bones become weak, so I have to take calcium. I take omega 3 fatty acids, and that's it. For me, it helps reduce my inflammation. I can tell the difference whenever I'm taking it every day like I'm supposed to, if I forget and skip a couple of days. It supports heart health and it improves brain function. Folate is something that I have to take anyway. I get that from the pharmacy because I'm on these infusions, and it just helps protects my liver. It helps with DNA synthesis. Zinc is one of those things that we needed for wound healing. That's one of those things that I tell you to make sure you have in your emergency kits. Um, and if you can afford it, stock up on you a couple of bottles of zinc. Like I said, I went over potassium. That's one that you really got to discuss with your doctor because it can throw your metabolic synergy all the way off. So you need to make sure that you're discussing with a doctor before putting extra potassium into your diet every day. Iron, we need that for energy. Women's over 40s, a lot of times our iron goes down. So you can ask the doctor, well, not iron is right for you. Probiotics is one of those things that I can't mess with because of my illnesses. But if you are otherwise healthy individual and you want to try probiotics, ask your doctor what brand that they think is best. Um,
Nisi,
I
what's a
know,
good medicine for depression?
um, let's see. You talking about over the counter or something? You
Yes. Hmm.
supplemental. Um, Let me see. What is the medication that I'm taking right now?
Because when I talk to a lot of people socially, they're suffering from depression because of what's going on in our economy.
Is
And
it is it because of what's going on, which is
yes. Mm,
situational depression?
yeah,
I wouldn't always tell people to add something for depression into their regimen without talking to their doctor first. Um, because if it's situational, you don't want to get dependent on something when it's just situational. Now, if it's brain chemistry, you were prone to depression before all this started happening. I would say yeah to something different.
yeah. Y'all hit the like button for me. Um, Bertha said, check out the Black-owned Freedom Paper Company in Columbia, Maryland. Toilet paper and paper towels, reasonably priced green products. So y'all check out the Freedom Paper Company. It's online. Aquarius, y'all hit the like button. Hey, Aquarius, ask you. Oh, True Wisdom says ashwagandha on the.
That's what I was trying to think of. That's
Okay,
what I was
I
trying
got
to think
that.
of.
Now I take those gummies. It's ashwagandha and it is black seed oil, black seed oil pills. That's what I take. Um,
And also the omega 3 is also shown some improvements in people's depression. So
diverse.
maybe even trying the omega 3. Vitamin D helps also is saying, folate helps also is saying, and St. John wort is
Yeah. Cindy
for
just put that
depression.
up there. Cindy just put St. John Warb is a herb that will help you with depression, but ask your doctor. True Wisdom will tell you the same thing.
And the
Um,
vitamin B12, y'all, all of that we start lacking as we get older
yeah.
is something that helps with depression.
Hmm. Taking long walks, looking into the distance, which promotes relaxation and deep breathing, can help with depression as well as adequate sleep. And y'all, sometimes I don't get adequate sleep. Stormy promotes the ashwagandha with better art. I love it. Hey, checking you, boo. If anybody in here, True Wisdom, please drop your website. I love True Wisdom products. I got a night set that I love to sleep in. I love it. And she also, like I said, lives in Mexico. And she hooked me up with that soursop. and me and my husband just been sipping it. We make faces at each other, but we sip it.
It
Everybody
is a lot of work to get old. It really is.
drinking adequate clean water aligned with your body mass index will help with cell turnover and repairing does wonders. Ask your internist because
Ash-
our regular doctor will not believe in herbs. That is correct.
Ashwagandha also helps with if you have any problems with sexual juices.
Mm. Well, I learned
Ashwagandha helps
yesterday
too.
from a woman who had a hysterectomy that was dry. She said that she drinks the clear Pedialyte and it would keep her from being dry down there. Aging is a job, add menopause to it, and damn near becomes a career. You're not lying. Like I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you, when I first started going through menopause, y'all, I used to take my clothes off and lay on my bathroom floor because it's ceramic. And then soon as I got cold, I had to get back in the bed and get hot. um, I had a hysterectomy, and me myself, like I said, I did not like taking pills, so they gave me this estrogen and this stuff like monostat to put inside of me, and I didn't use any of that. And years later, after my hysterectomy, I started having like stomach problems. They would go and do a DNC and say, there's nothing there, there's nothing there. And I know that I was not, this pain was in my head. So what I started doing back in the day, I started taking Tylenol every day. I had to get up on Tylenol, go to bed on Tylenol. They would give me the Percocet, it would make me itch. I wouldn't take that. I mean, it was just getting to me. So now I just deal with the pain. Shout out to Nisi and Marcella for bringing health tips to the people. Love it. Y'all, we have to do things that will help ourselves because with this economy and with what 47 is doing, you may not find the medicines that you need. You may not be able to find what you need out there. And
mhm.
you're gonna have to use these vitamins. So they tell us to stock up on band-aids and all that kind of stuff, but stock up on something that's going to help you as you get older. I mean, um,
Make sure if you can stock up on getting a few bottles of vitamins, get you a few bottles of vitamins for your supply because like I said, in my supermarket, the fruit and vegetable section was looking like we already in the last days, honey. And that store always be packed down, and some of the shelves was empty. They ain't have some of the vitamins. So if you can afford to get you a couple extra along with what you normally get,
mhm,
to just make sure that you're able to weather at least maybe a 2 week to a month period,
mhm,
without buying anything. Like I said, we're not fear mongering over here. I just rather be over prepared than not have nothing at all. And you know, I think about it every day. What if I can't get my infusions just because I can't?
yeah,
What am I gonna do?
that.
So that's why I started incorporating more things over the counter into my regimen, and I'm finding that it's helping. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to come down and wean myself off of those infusions at some point, because I,
Mhm,
it's gonna be a point in time where we're not gonna be able to get out and go to the doctor, and
right.
we're gonna be in this house.
Well, y'all follow Queen Lily. Queen Lily Young be over there. She's a soldier with her boots on the ground, y'all. She comes on Instagram and her YouTube talking about what's going on in our government and how it's affecting people in Georgia.
And let
Um,
me say one thing about the menopause and hot flashes. Do anybody sleep under a fan, but under three covers sometimes? Cause you be hot first, then you flip the three covers on you, then you be like, well, darn, I'm hot. So you cut the fan on, then you be like, darn, what's going on? And I even stick my feet outside of the cover sometimes because I'm just in my mind. I believe it's gonna help cool me down where I ain't got to take all the cover off me, you know. So menopause is crazy. I think it's crazy that women we got to go through it from the
Mhm.
time I was 10 years old. From the time I'm 10 years old through my whole life, you think you get better when you ain't gonna have no period no more?
Yeah,
Nah, enter hot flashes,
and
mood
you get
swings,
attitudes too.
attitudes.
Cause
Get
my
away
husband
from
would say
me.
it's too cold. And Miss Gigi said she used to lay on her granite counters. And it is True Wisdom is answering questions for people in the chat. Y'all, True Wisdom, please drop your your page because you have helped me. I mean, for real. Moringa, soursop, and clove tea daily, she said. Moringa, soursop, and clove tea. I take Nisi, pronounce that word.
It looks like
Oh, Vioza.
gyoza.
Vioza. And it helped me a lot with my hormones. At first during my menopause, I used to have mood swings.
Not
And
all y'all in my tribe with the feet out the cover.
I sleep with the heat on and the fan. Actually every night I sleep on a body size heating pad, and I have the fan on because I have arthritis in my spine. Oh, Nisi, you got me down. Yes, my menopause came early because of my thyroid. Thank you for True Wisdom. I mean, we have some knowledgeable women here, and just like the economy can suffer economically, you do not have to suffer in your health. Please do not try to stress about the situation that's going on because we got to be soldiers. We got to work out whatever we can work out. And like you said, don't sweat the small stuff. And I'm going to tell you, why this is going on. I want y'all to hear this. Why this is going on. The scammers are scamming.
Oh my God.
I have been asked to get in this like pyramid scheme, telling me how to get rich. And every time somebody asks me, will I come and listen in this class? I'm gonna tell you what I hear. I hear Jennifer Williams' husband, Christian Gold, how he scammed that lady out of her $5,000. And I say no. I
They
told
are sending a lot of text messages, y'all, from saying that you ain't pay your tolls. And I know my car ain't being no damn where, but out there up on the carpool. I don't even drive it around town most of the time because I'm a passenger princess.
look at
So,
that. Woo, look at what Miss
like,
said.
I got 10 texts yesterday saying I need to pay my tolls when I know my car ain't being nowhere. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, but some people fall for that and open it and stuff like that. I just immediately report, block. I don't open it.
And you know
Um,
what another thing is? They scamming you like at night. My husband is up sometimes at night and he'll say, Bookie, look what they showing on TV. And late at night, they try to scam you. They know what age you are. They know that
mhm.
you need money. They got get rich schemes out here. If they tell you that you owe your electric bill and you know your electric bill comes through your mail, do not pay this. I mean, I have been scammed like that. You need to pay your Netflix. Now I
Bi-
know my Netflix come out my account. And do you know my stupid tail paid that Netflix on my phone? And do you know what
Girl,
happened? I got scammed. And thank God I have my bank account on my phone. So first they took $1. Then they went to another dollar, and baby, I immediately froze my bank card. They were trying to get money, but my card was frozen, and they asked me, did I authorize this? No. And they closed my card, and I had to go to the bank and get a brand new card. I get scammer calls every day. Be
be,
careful.
be
They
careful also at these parking like when you park downtown in different cities, if you're parking at airports, they're taking that QR code that you just scanned to pay for it and
Mhm.
putting their own QR code on top of it. So you're scanning all they have access to all your data from you scanning that one QR code. Like they're getting real. I always rub my hand across it and be like, my husband be like, "You so paranoid." But yeah,
Yeah. It's being
I need to know that this is real.
and data is being sold. It is not just on the black web anymore, wide open. Do you know that T-Mobile had a breach? Y'all read about it, came out today. I look at toll messages and be like, so what? Yep. Miss Reed said, I meant to say it was worse when you have diabetes, neuropathy, and your feet stay cold. My husband just stays out of the bed. Wow. True wisdom is a true gift that popped up on my page, y'all. I'm going to tell you, she's been and checking you, Boo, Miss Gigi, all y'all flying through here, living for me. Y'all coming through here with great knowledge. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna start getting triple the calls that y'all have got for scams. Be
Mhm.
careful. Check.
Whenever you're parking at an airport, you're
Nisi, say
parking
that again about the QR code.
when you're parking at an airport, you're parking downtown, you're parking in your city. If you have a thing where instead of, like running your car right there, and instead you can use Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or whatever, and you scan that QR code, sometimes what they're doing is they're taking their own QR code and they matching it so well and they're putting it over that QR code, so you just take your finger and make sure there is no sticker or anything on that QR code. So I just rub my finger up and down to make sure nothing moves, to make sure that it's really a city QR code or it's really the airport parking code, because they're getting very, very advanced. They're sending people free items in the mail, and in the box they'll stick a QR code in there to so you can learn about your item, and who sent it. So you scan that QR code, you're giving them access to everything in your phone. If you get anything that you haven't ordered, and I do all the time from Amazon, I don't scan nothing. If I want it, I take it. If it's trash, I throw it away. But never scan anything that comes into those packages, even from Amazon, from the company. Don't scan them QR codes on them cars that they be having in them boxes. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. If they saying maybe you could get another free item if you scan this, don't be scanning codes.
Yep. This is important because I've had this. A family member had tingling in their hands and feet, and they were told that they were diabetic. All of it was made from a deficiency of vitamin one. I mean
Mhm.
B1 vitamin. If you are experiencing this, you just need to ask your doctor, will he run a test to make sure if your B1 is down. Miss Gigi said we need to have a women forum for one night. We should. Thanks,
I'm gonna
Nisa.
try to get my rheumatologist to come on and talk about alternative medicine. Now,
Okay.
she
We
can't
gotta
give
have
you
true
individual
wisdom.
advice. She can't give you individual advice, y'all. But she could just give you some guidelines and talk about, some of the alternative medicine.
And look, true wisdom says also when you go to the doctor to check your blood pressure, make sure they don't use the digital check. Make sure they use the old fashioned pumps. False readings are coming from these digital machines, and
Also,
then they're giving you medicine for it.
just for being black, like your O2 set, they're finding that those O2 set, the little thing they put on your clip on your finger, they're finding that it reads sometimes 3 to 5 points differently in black people with darker skin than it does in white people. So it's a lot of stuff that's in medicine we still need to figure out. Whenever I went to school, we had no black people in books. There was no black people. When I would ask questions, they would be like, "Well, during congestive heart failure, your patient will be blue and lips purple," and I was like, "Well, um, what about they my complexion, ma'am?" And they will always think that I'm trying to be funny.
Mm,
But what do you look for in a patient? My complexion.
yeah. And you know what I love about Nisi? I'm gonna tell y'all this. When my husband was going through his medical emergency, And Niecy, when I was in the doctor's office, I'm calling Niecy so she can hear what the doctor is telling Tim. And I'm gonna tell you, it was through prayer. They were trying to say this was going on, this was going on. So Nisi said, "Well, let him try this." And the medicine Nisi said they gave it to Tim, and it stopped. And I'm gonna be personal with y'all tonight. My husband was urinating blood, and I mean, not a little bit. When I say it was like this measurement blood. And niece and they was trying to say we had got to do surgery and all this. And Nisi said, "Well, why don't you try him on this?" And they gave it to him, and immediately he stopped. And then when he went to the oncologist, it was clear. They were ready to open my husband up again. Okay, and that did not happen. True wisdom, so true. I will always tell them, want my blood pressure cuff, to use the right size cuff. Too small, they
Yeah.
faulty reading. And guess what,
Even
Miss?
even if they put it on too tightly, it'll give a false reading. So
Mhm.
it has to be placed on just right also. And that's another thing that I don't feel like they're going over with nurses enough. They're not teaching nurses how to use a regular cuff and stethoscope. That's how we do it here in our house. We don't have the automatic ones. We still have the manual and the stethoscope, you know. Um, but they're not teaching nurses how to survive without any electricity. And that's one thing that I'm gonna be scared for new nurses is that
Mhm.
we didn't even have IV pumps whenever I was going to the school here in North Carolina. We did have IV pumps, so we had to manually do our IV dose calculations and stuff like that. So I just be thinking in my mind, like, what in the hell these nurses gonna do when they ain't got no lights? You get what I'm saying?
Now, listen,
Woo!
True wisdom, Nisi done said this already tonight. Everyone who goes to the hospital should know not to put organ donor on your driver's license. That's textbook. I'm going to
If
tell
you
you
have
that.
it on your license
Oh,
now,
it is.
whenever you get ready to go ahead and get your real ID, uncheck it. But in some states, here's the catch. You actually have to go to the donor registry and also move your name, because if not, if you got no on your license, but yet they have yes at the donor registry, they can still take your organs. Why
But
is this important, y'all?
y'all, I'm going to tell you
Why
this.
is it important? Because sometimes they let your ass die.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. At the hospital, me and my husband did this paperwork where we put that we don't want our organs donated, and it's scanned into the hospital data, it's scanned into a database.
You can
Now,
fill out a living will
yeah,
also.
that's it. That's what I got. Mhm.
And do also have your health. When you get to a certain age, you need a healthcare power of attorney and you need a living will.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, we got both of those. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, and this is the truth, when my husband got hurt, got his leg amputated at work, um, his whole entire family are Jehovah Witnesses. But the doctor told me that my husband needed a blood transfusion. And I said that he can take a blood transfusion, but the very next day, his family hired an attorney to fight me not to give him a blood transfusion.
Well,
But
that's deep in their religion.
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what, when me and my husband got married, we did get the medical power of attorneys, and at that time he wasn't a practicing Jehovah Witness.
Okay.
He wasn't. But they fought me saying their family, he had grown kids. I'ma tell you what saved me. I had been married to Tim over 10 years already. We already had it. What they did was when they sued me, they bought they because he was in ICU, they bought a retired judge in to go over the case. His mama and children, grown children, was standing on one side. I was on the other side by myself. And guess what? I was able to pull out that medical power of attorney that says I had the right to decide. if my husband would not have gotten that blood transfusion, my husband would have completely died. He would have died. And I just did not want to live with saying that in sickness and in health, I folded under his mother and children. I did
That's
not.
a delicate dance. That's why all married couples, if you, especially if you have a religion, you need to go ahead and already have that stuff down pat, what you want done. Because even though my mom was 86, there was still different opinions on how to treat her. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it's something that needs to be discussed
Yes,
beforehand. And
and they
I'm glad
tell
that I sat down with my mama 6 years before she passed and asked her exactly what she wanted and what she don't want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I had that, but I still had to be the one who had to make the call. And that's still bothering me that I had to make that call. But at least I knew her wishes. You
mhm,
know what I'm saying? So
and I
yeah.
know it was difficult for you. It was difficult for you, and I know that. But if you are married and you are married, to do a living will for the hospital, it's free, and
Free, completely free.
you can go
Healthcare
right
power of attorney,
inside.
completely free.
Yep, you can go right in the hospital on the first floor where the visiting desk is and say, I would like a booklet for the living will. And it has the application in there. And
Mm-hmm.
guess what you do? You fill it out and you mail it and they scan it into the database. But they challenged my husband's signature. That case cost me $5,000. Can you imagine? The hearing was held right outside of the ICU room where my husband was in there laying, that couldn't talk, couldn't. I mean, he had tubes in his nose. They was feeding him up in his nose. I mean, he could not even help me. Um, and guess what? When he got the blood transfusion, it separated him from his kids for years because they felt that the blood he got was tainted. And guess what? They told me that if he get this blood transfusion, he didn't lose oxygen for the brain. He should be okay. And Tim is okay. Like he still has experienced pain, like it's called phantom pain. But I'm gonna tell you, when sometimes from the fall, he just doesn't catch on to things right away. I go to appointments with him. I don't let him make any decisions without us being there. And I just knew I'm gonna tell you something. I went to 75 pounds. I was so stressed out. And then the first couple of years after he had his leg amputated, the nurses was everything. We would go up there and take the nurses a cake. We would buy a cake and have them deliver it to the nurses' floor, and then we would go up there and thank those nurses. But I mean, it changed so much. Yes, make sure your house is in order, that you got all your stuff, put it in a Ziploc bag. Take a photostatic color copy of your birth certificate. You want to be able to keep it because your birth certificate has a very important serial number on it. You want to know what that is. Also, make sure you have a living will, because the moment that person passes, the power of attorney is gone. Because if
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have that, my siblings would have. It's been a hot mess. A
Make
living
make
will.
sure you got benefactors also, like on your bank accounts. Like, we're at this age that we need to talk about this stuff. You got to
Mhm.
have a benefactor on your bank account if you don't have a joint account, but you still need one. I feel like your whenever we go somewhere, it's us. So we could be in the car and me and die together. So you still need a benefactor on your accounts just in case something was to happen to you, that your kids could at least get into your account, or whoever you deem that's gonna be fair and balanced with your finances. Make
Nisi,
them a benefactor.
Nisi, that Ginkgo Balanca tea,
Mm-hmm.
you look for that. Did my husband thank me for fighting for his blood transfusion? To be truthful, once my husband had this accident, he started getting religion, and he was saying that because he left the Kingdom Hall, he wasn't a Jehovah Witness no more. He felt like he got punished because of him leaving the Jehovah Witness. And he told me I should have let him die. But he told me at a time when he was just coming off all these medications he was giving him. I believe he is happy that he's living today, but at first, after his children said, she gave you a blood transfusion, it could be from a rapist, it could be from anybody you got that blood. He lived with guilt that he got the blood transfusion. But I can tell you something. When I was going through that with my husband, to me, he was dying mentally. And I just told him, we got so much to do. Me and my husband, look, and it's not even bragging.
I
Me and
guess it depends on your money, Miss Gigi. I'm sorry, Marcella.
my husband help so many people daily, and especially children. I can tell you, I'm on a lot of boards here for children. Me and my husband pay for every summer. We pay for children that can't get into sports, and it's like 385 a child. I can show you right now, we're paying for 10 kids to go to camp, and I did the camp price have raised so much, but we do this because we made it out of the hood. We made it out, and we turn around and
We made it out of the country, okay?
yeah, my husband was poor. He was in foster care. My husband was in foster care. He told me that he could only eat one day, one time a day. So we turn around, and I feel that we help kids, and we want to let them know we didn't come from this big house. We didn't come from this. It takes your education, and we pay for tutoring at Neighbor to Family. Neighbor to Family, we pay for tutoring. I got awards where I sat on boards for free, y'all. I get up and do stuff for free. And I just want to make sure I implement even my granddaughter. When I say my granddaughter would get in there and roll her sleeves up and would talk to kids that's getting in trouble. We
It's
help,
like
but I just want to say this. Out of everything I do, y'all, sometimes I have displaced anger because I don't know. I asked God the other night. I do everything that I do, and my son been dealing with something, and I said, Lord, how can I help these other kids? And I failed my own son, and I'm going through that right now. I feel like I'm helping everybody, but I failed my son, and I don't know. I just be angry, just be angry.
your son is a grown man that you cannot control anymore. And until you get that in your mind that he's not a young child anymore that you are responsible for, it's gonna eat at you. And I understand that because I told you I went through some of the same things. And uh, and, and and until he wants some help, nothing that you could do. You could bring him right there in that room, chain him on that bed, and he'll find a way to get out of there
Yeah,
because he's not ready to help himself yet.
yeah. You just and I'm not ashamed to say what I'm going through. Like my son has been out there on drugs, and when he talks to me, it's like normal before I found out. And 2 weeks ago, I had my son put into a mental institution. He stayed there 8 days. I was paying. And you know what they told me? I cannot keep paying because he has to get medical insurance. And last night, I'm in the street, and I did it again, put him in the hospital, and they let him go. So he's back on the street right now. And he will call me in the middle of the night. Can you just give me $20? I need gas. Can you just give me? And I know it's not for gas. And it is just last night, and I have a group of women that I talk to. Nisi talked to me. I am every night up, and I said, Lord, I'm blessed with everything I got. And look, and when the police came and knocked on my door about 15 days ago, when they came to my door, y'all, I was shaking. Like I felt like I was going to pass out. And I just said, "Hey, can you come here?" I told them, I'm gonna go down to the police station because somebody's bothering me. And my son came there, and I had him EOC'd, and he wouldn't speak to me, and he blames me for them detoxing him. And
I'm gonna tell you this, Marcella. I was trying to love my oldest daughter through it. I was trying to love her, hold on to her, help her through it. But it won't until we said enough. We can't keep doing this with you. Packed all her stuff and put her out. And she felt alone is the only reason she decided to go ahead and get help. And now she's doing wonderfully. But as long as he can use you as a crutch, it's not gonna happen. Don't you know that hurt me to see my baby? See her dad say you got to go, and me, I'm still sitting here trying to hold on. And
yeah,
this ain't one that I pushed out. This one that became mine whenever I said I do. But you can't tell me she ain't mine.
yeah, and
Whenever he told her she had to go out that door, I was mad at him for a minute. But that's the best thing that ever happened to her because it made her feel some kind of way to say, well, damn, they just gonna let me be out here in this. And it
mhm.
was the best thing for her. Now she is thriving.
Well, I do that. I don't give him money. Like he said, I'm hungry. I went out. He told me he was
He's
hungry.
grown. He's
Him to,
grown.
I told him to meet me, and y'all, I drove out there with no driver's license, no purse, no jewelry on, and went to the restaurant and bought him
Let him
food.
figure it out how he's gonna eat.
Yeah,
And I know it's easier said than done because you are the ultimate people pleaser. But I'm
yeah,
telling you, that's how I was with my daughter. And I'm telling you, it was a crutch. It sounds harsh, it sounds bad, but if it weren't for my husband standing his ground and saying that no, she gonna have to work through this herself.
yeah,
Don't send her no money, don't do nothing. And I'm telling you, that's what turned it around.
mm,
Whenever she knew that she didn't have a crutch anymore.
yep. And I think this is the toughest thing I had to watch. Like, if I don't give him money, he said, "But did you eat dinner tonight? Did you eat? Did you eat?" Well, I didn't.
And you are grown.
He says it. Your
You
child.
grown.
I'm your child, and you didn't give me nothing. You didn't give me nothing to eat. I'm your child. He
He's
just,
grown.
and I had to hang up and cut my phone off because what I'm offering, you don't want it.
And if you whatever you're offering him and the solution you're offering him ain't good enough for him, then he got to find a way to eat.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta have peace of mind because, like, y'all don't know me. The stuff that I do on a daily basis, I be stressed out.
I don't
And
know how she do it all.
I'm starting to feel my body like I'm starting to feel so stressed out that I think I'm having a heart attack. And I
And
just,
panic attack.
yeah, and I can't even go to the doctor because I don't want nobody to think that I'm crazy. But now I just have began to push things away from me, and I'm pushing things away from me. And this weekend, I've been taking these calls for weeks now. I'm going to treat my husband, and I'm going to cut my phone off this weekend and spend some time with my husband, because I feel like I pushed him a little bit away. I feel like I pushed him, and I love him, because you know what? He'll kiss me on the head and say it's gonna be all right. And yeah, and that's why I need. Who was that? Y'all, it is 8 o'clock. Um, this is work. I'm gonna pick up the. Hold on.
Yeah, y'all, and I'm not, being mean, no way if ands about it. It would be very hard for me if my child was calling me and saying they were hungry. But you got to know the manipulation that's at play also. They really don't want the need. They just want the money. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't like a 18-year-old. This ain't a 21-year-old. They're in their mid-30s. And at some point, you got to show them that if I wasn't here, this would be reality. If you were me to the grave, this is gonna be your reality every day. You ain't gonna have nothing or nobody. So act like I'm not here. You don't want to hear anything I got to say other than you that's got to do with giving you money and you getting something to eat. Then I'm not valued. I'm not valued by you. It sounds hard, y'all. It sounds bad. But that's the only thing that worked. And I think that, the parents of kids that decide to go down this route have to stop blaming themselves for the decisions they decided to make. Cause I was even going to my mind like, well, daggone, maybe if my husband, his first wife got back together and they were in the whole household, like maybe she wouldn't have went there that way. Like, but it's nothing that you can do that the person don't want to do. 40-year identical twin brothers in their 40s still living with my mom, not paying a bill, but disrespectful. We came close to blows so many times, and it's um nothing's ever gonna change as long as your mom is not putting her foot down. In their 40s, they should be making sure mama ain't got to worry about paying no bills. Ran me down. Fortunately, I lost her, but I was married to someone as well. And I felt like a caregiver. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something too. I I would tell my husband, like, I'm tired. I take care of everybody, and he said, and that's the problem. You never take care of yourself.
And you got to put your oxygen mask on first, or what's gonna happen with everybody and everything if you get off this live right now and lay down the floor, have a heart attack.
I hear you, Bree.
So it's like you got to put your oxygen mask on. You got to, because I can see it in your face. I can see it in
Yeah,
your face. You're tired.
yeah. I be up at night. My phone ring. Ma, are you all right? And it's nothing wrong with me. I'm asleep. It will not benefit parents to blame themselves for their adult decisions. Give wisdom to humans who will listen, shake the dust off and move on. I gotta learn that because I even do that with people in my business life. In my business life, I can't shake off things, so I push people away. Like I you like that thing, choose your battles. You have to choose your battles because some things ain't even worth arguing over. Have open arms when the return testimony, but being lost but not found. Trust me.
I'm telling you, I was mad as hell at my husband. I was like, "How dare you throw her out here?"
Yeah,
That's the best thing that he ever could have done.
yeah. And you can't imagine that this situation is like my daughters don't want anything to do with it, and you know can't give folks what they don't have. If you overwork yourself, how long will it be? It is already affecting me. So I can tell you right now, I'm married to an addict and I became a caregiver, not a wife. And everything that Marcella is stating, I have been there. I am doing it. And that's what I do with friends too. I mean, if you do something that sometimes it's not even fighting the thing. I am a type of person, if you do something to me, I'll take it, I'll forgive, and I'll move on. And that mean I close that door because I got so much on my plate. I just take things out of my off my plate, and I just do that now because I know that my body is getting older and the stress. I know I am tired. I am tired. So this weekend is gonna be about me and my husband. I usually go to the beach, which is not far from my house, and even if it's cold, I have to suck in that salt water, that ocean air. It helps me. And so I will be there this weekend at the beach, whether it's raining or cold. I get out and I
I
just,
love just to hear the waves, and it's just a reset for me.
yeah. And my husband will ask sometime, why are we standing out here and it's dark? We can't even see the water. It's because the ocean, the smell of the salt water, it does me good. And I need to go to that place without a phone. Sometimes you got to be without a phone. Sometimes you got to stay off YouTube and not, take a YouTube mental break. So y'all remember that with all this going on around us, this war that's brewing around us, um, check on your mental health. Check on your mental health because my husband sometimes don't understand that I get tired and I will act like I'm not tired to not make him feel that, you know, I'm resenting what I'm going through. Um, I will be there at the water, y'all. Oh yes, and I love the ocean at all times. I'm a Pisces. Okay, Queen
Well,
Bob.
we were drowned in the water because we Leos, but we still
Yeah,
love the water.
yeah. I that water does chill me, cool me. Y'all, I have beautiful hair. I think I wear braids because at any time of the night, like I'm a court casa. I could have a case at 2 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I'm there and come back home and get a little nap, and then I'm up doing something every day. It seems like I haven't even retired. Solitude seasons are necessary, and I will be taking that. But y'all, we're gonna end this. Y'all, is giving you the real T's birthday. Y'all go over there and check him out, scream out happy birthday. Y'all, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page because we're gonna be moving on to more serious topics. If y'all miss my Real Housewives of Atlanta um commentary yesterday, go check it out. I had a wig on and I was one of the housewives. Every week I will be impersonating one of the housewives on the show, and I'm guaranteed to make you laugh. um and guess what? I'm praying every day. Sometimes I slide off my pattern of being with the Lord because I can be mean, but sometimes my anger is misdirected. And
Mhm.
my anger is misdirected. I got 5 fabulous women that I talk to every day. I call Nisi, and Nisi voice really calms me. And y'all just
You
do
know
not know.
what? I got a thing now. I just thought about we fire
Well, let me tell them
signs.
this one thing. If I ever put my hand over this chair, y'all
Yes.
y'all better click out of here because I'm gonna go off. If you ever see my hand over this chair, because when I get mad, I lean back and I
You
just
know, my sister would be up here and catch you, and she see you lean back and throw that arm over that chair. She'd be like, "Girl, Marcel alive. You better go over this." But yeah, I was just thinking since we are fire signs, maybe that's why we love the water because it's like uh yin tai yang. You know what I mean? It calms us down. So maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't even really get into these astrological signs like that, but I
me
just know
either.
you're Leos with your fire signs. So
Tanya said that's that New York lean. And you know what? Another thing that calms me down, y'all. Thank you, Miss Ree. Another thing that calms me down, I dance doing those little short videos on my Instagram and here. And I just dance and it helps me. So this weekend, y'all, I'm gonna peek in and peek out. I will be going to the beach and
y'all help. This is a whole decompression episode right here. We went from talking about the state of our stupid tail government to something personal. And I feel
Mhm.
like it's sad that, most people don't feel comfortable having a safe space up here because people tend to use things against you
Yeah, I
when,
don't care
when
about
they
that.
get mad. But it's very important to have an outlet where you can be truthful, honest,
Mhm.
and just decompress because it's like we carry so much as women. We feel like that, especially whenever you're like I was saying, a single mom and you don't have a husband and you gotta do it on your own. My hat's off to y'all because I don't know how you do it. I don't know because
Thank you.
I just y'all superheroes to me.
Y'all, Tanya dropped Queen Baltimore link. Y'all, please go subscribe. Awesome, awesome content. Mimi, don't forget to go on Mimi page. Mimi always knowledgeable. She lets me know things. Yeah, I heard that, Miss. You know what? The doctor told me that last night. I got to turn my back, and he'll do better. This is informative. This is what I want to do over here. I try not to talk about any content creators at all negatively, but when I get mad, I tend to click this button, and then you have remorse what you say. But sometimes if I don't say it, I will get more angrier. So I just got to let it out, and people will use about my son's drug use against me on these YouTube streets when they get mad at me, but it's okay. See, that's one thing about a Leo. You don't never care about something you put out and
Right.
then bring it back. That's how I am. If I put it out,
Mhm.
you ain't dox me to get it. I told it to you. So
Mhm.
so I never get mad when somebody bring even in my past on YouTube, people try to bring up my past to hurt me, baby. You gotta do something better than that, honey. I gotta get back to work. I love you. Um, I've been slipping since my husband got sick. I'm praying for your husband, baby. Y'all, I'm going to get off of here and I'm gonna go over there and say hello to T.
Really?
Hey, Alicia Moody. Now, Alicia, y'all want to work out? Alicia be doing workout things. We got to hook y'all up with that. Marcella, all of us go wrong sometimes. The key is to take accountability, forgive, and get back on track. And you know what? Checking you, boo. Let me just speak on this. Sometimes when you do take accountability and you forgive, you can't get back on track as you were, because that's what type of person I am. If you hurt me and then I think about exactly what you did to hurt me, I can forgive you, but I
Can't
can't
forget.
forget.
Can't forget. The
Eh, like I I had someone telling her untrue about me, and I could have came up here and rectified it like this. And I decided not to do that, because if I give you something, if I give you my heart, if I give you my mind, and if I helped you with financial help and you deny it, if I came up here and showed you every cash app I gave Niecy, then you would feel like I didn't give it from the heart. So guess what I did? I let that lie go. I let it go. I could either, but guess what? If I would reveal it, I'm the one that's going to look bad. So I can take accountability. I can forgive, but I can't get back on track. I move away. And Nisi just had a conversation with me 2 days about that. 2 days ago about that. The ladies I mess with, my 5, they call fuck around and find out ladies. They tell me the same thing. Don't click your button. Just move away from that, because you got other things on your plate right now. And this, what my son is going through a couple days ago, I thought this was going to be the death of me. But Miss Bree is one of those ladies. I'm telling you, when I hear that other people have been through what I'm going through right now, I wouldn't believe. Looking at Checking You Boo, I would say, I can't believe you went through anything like that. But you did, and you're able to share your journey with me, which is helping me on my journey. Nisi shared her journey with me. It's helping me on my journey. So I'm going to try my hardest to not be vengeful in 2025. It's too much work to do out here that we can bring each other up for me to be vengeful. I'm just going to stay away, because if I don't stay away, then the anger I feel about my son will come into the anger I feel about that person, and it will be ugly. And I'm going to try not to be that way. So I love y'all. I got to get off of here. I know I know what you're talking about. I said in the chat, both of you are better than what happened during anger. I do believe y'all can find your way back because of love. And I honestly love that person and never did anything against that person. But I'm going to tell you, when you're listening to a lot of people, sometimes people don't want that relationship. I would never be disrespectful. Even though the disrespect was given to me, I still didn't disrespect any of them. And I'm not going to do that. But I love y'all. I love your Instagram dances. It gives me hope, because I'm tired of this flat butt sister girl. My butt getting flat as I get older. And I thank y'all very much. I do love y'all. Y'all keep me in y'all prayers. I do pray for everybody every day.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all know this core group over here. I just can't get enough of y'all, because if it weren't for y'all, I'd be backstage, Marcel.
Yeah. She
I
used to
would
stay
either.
backstage, and when I started getting out of whack, Nisi used to appear, and I felt like I was getting a beating then. But y'all keep me in prayer. I pray for everybody. I really do. I pray that God controls my tongue and my heart. And I'm working on it every day. I'm working on it. So I'm human. And I just want to stay on the right path and help people that I can help. But I just love y'all. And thank you so much, Checking You Boo. And it's amazing to be over here to be able to share. Y'all just took a whole 15 bricks off my shoulder.
Mhm.
That's what you should get on YouTube and come off with, decompressing. And I love y'all. And Nisi is going to end the stream. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Marcella, Marcella, Marcella.